Today, we're diving into a really powerful framework that helps businesses turn a sea of data into clear, decisive action. It's all about making smarter choices when the stakes are really high. So, let's get right into it.
So let's start with a big question, one that pretty much every leader has to ask themselves. In a tough spot, what's the real difference between a good decision and a truly great one? What separates just getting by from actually moving things forward in a big way?
You know, it's tempting to think the answer is just some flash of genius or a lucky gut feeling. But more often than not, the secret to making great decisions consistently is having a solid system in place, a structured, repeatable process that guides you to the best possible answer.
And this really gets to the heart of a challenge that every single manager faces, making that high-stakes decision where there's just immense pressure to get it right.
This is what you might call the manager's dilemma. You're trying to make a call, but you're working with data that, let's be honest, probably doesn't paint the full picture. Just going with your gut feels incredibly risky, but at the same time, everyone is looking to you for fast, accurate results. It's like walking a tightrope, and the consequences are very, very real.
So how do we navigate all that noise? How do you find a path you can actually rely on? Well, the answer lies in building a framework that's designed for one thing: clarity.
The foundation for this whole idea comes from using something called activity-based costing, or ABC for short, and then using technology to help with the decision-making. Now, I know it sounds a little academic, but trust me, this short phrase is basically a blueprint for an incredibly powerful system.
And that is the absolute key. This isn't just some theory you read about. It's a practical, step-by-step process for taking really complex information and turning it into something clear, something you can actually act on. So let's break down how that really works.
All right, let's get into the nuts and bolts of it all. Here's the data-driven process, and a look at how all the pieces fit together.
Okay, so here it is, laid out as a simple four-step loop. First, you conduct activity-based costing. This is all about figuring out the true cost of everything your business does, not just some vague average. Second, you bring in technology to help you sort through and make sense of all this detailed data. Third, you analyze the output. This is where the aha moments happen. And finally, using that clear analysis, you make an informed decision. And because it's a loop, the results from that decision just feed right back in, making the next one even smarter.
And this whole thing, this entire process, is what we call an activity-based decision system. See, it's not just about collecting numbers. It's a structured method that uses very specific cost data and the right tech to actively guide and sharpen a manager's own judgment.
So what's the big deal? What's the payoff here? Well, this system gives you what we might call the modern manager's edge. It's a real, tangible advantage.
This chart just lays it out perfectly, right? You've got two paths. The old way, the intuition-based way, is often reactive. It's prone to all sorts of hidden biases. And frankly, it's really hard to justify to your team when they ask why. But when you shift to a system-based approach, you become proactive. Your choices are informed by hard data, and because of that, your decision is completely defensible and transparent. You're not guessing anymore, you're making a calculated, optimized choice.
And this all brings us to a really fascinating final thought. As these data systems get more and more powerful, and technology just keeps getting smarter, what does that mean for plain old human intuition? Does it become obsolete, or does its purpose just change? It's a huge question, and it's something every leader is going to have to think about.